Hello guys, today we will be solving more questions of this circle. So let's solve it. It is said to find equation of tangent to x square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y minus 20 equals to 0, which makes angle 45 degree with x-axis. So it is said that tangent is making an angle 45 degree with x-axis. So this is the tangent. It is making an angle 45 degree with x-axis. This is the x-axis, and let's assume this is the circle. So let's calculate its center. Its center is 1, 2, and its radius is under root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 20, which becomes 5. So its radius is 5 and center is 1, 2. And this line becomes, its slope becomes 1 because this is making an angle 45 degree with x-axis. So m is equals to tan 45 degree, which becomes 1. So its equation will be y equals to mx plus k, which becomes y equals to x plus k. Now this equation, now we know this line's equation and this point is given. We know whenever there is a line and a point and the perpendicular distance is given, we have to apply this formula. That is y minus x minus k equals to 0. So putting the value of 1, 2 in this equation, it becomes 2 minus 1 minus k under root of 1 square plus 1 square equals to minus of 1 square equals to 5. So it becomes 1 minus k under root of 2 is equals to 5, which becomes k equals to 1 minus, this is mod, this is under mod. So it becomes, so when the mod gets removed, it becomes plus minus 5 root 2. So it becomes plus minus 5 root 2. So this is the value of k, that is k equals to 1 plus minus 5 root 2. So now let's put this value of k in this equation. This is equation 1. So let's put this value. This will become x equals to x plus 1 plus minus 5 root 2. So y becomes x plus 1 plus minus 5 root 2. So let's write this clearly. Y becomes x plus 1 plus minus 5 root 2. This is the final equation. Now let's move to our next question. Now it is said कि find tangent to x square plus y square equals to 25 such that line cuts equal intercepts on axis. It is said that we have to find tangent to this circle such that this tangent line will cut equal intercept on both the axes. Means this circle center is at 0, 0 and radius is 5. So this circle will be like this, 0, 0, and its radius is at 5, and its radius is 5. So this point is 5, 0, and the tangent will cut equal intercepts on both the axes. Means tangent will pass like this. Tangent will pass like this. If this point is a, 0, this point will become 0, a. Means it will cut equal intercept. If this is a, this is also equals to a. If this portion is a, this portion will also be equals to a. So both this portion is a, so this point becomes 0 comma a and this point becomes a comma 0. So let's solve it now. Now find the slope of this tangent. It becomes this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So slope becomes m equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it becomes 0 minus a divided by a minus 0. So it becomes minus a by a, which becomes minus 1. So slope becomes y equals to mx plus k. So it becomes, we know that equation of line becomes y minus y1 is equals to slope into x minus x1. So y1 is a and x1 is 0. So let's put that here and put the value of m also here. So y minus a is equals to minus 1 into x minus 0. So it becomes y minus a equals to minus x. So it will become y plus x equals to a. So this is our equation. This is our equation of the tangent. This is the tangent. This is the tangent and this is the equation of the tangent, which is cutting equal intercepts in both the axes. Now let's solve after this. And now the center is given. This is 5. And we know that whenever the center is given, the perpendicular distance is given and the tangent is given, its slope is also given. Equation is given, the perpendicular distance is given and the point is given. We know that we can put it directly into the formula. It becomes y minus x minus a equals to 0. So it center was at 0 comma 0. So it becomes 0 minus a mod under root of 1 square plus minus 1 square equals to 5. So it becomes a equals to plus minus 5 root 2. So the equation will become y plus x equals to plus minus 5 root 2. This is the final equation. Now let's solve our next question. It is said ki find tangent common to x square plus y square equals to 9 and x minus 8 square plus y square equals to 25. So its center becomes 0 comma 0 and radius is 3 and its center is at 8 comma 0 and radius is 5. So let's draw our circle, both the circle. So one circle is at 0 comma 0 and its radius is 3. So it becomes, this point becomes 3 comma 0 and another circle's radius is 5 and this point is, center point is 8 comma 0. So 3 plus 5 is equals to 8. So its center is exactly at 8. So this becomes a circle like this and this point will become 13 comma 0 because this point, this is also 5. So one is at 0 comma 0 center. This tangent, common tangent will pass from here and this point from 3 comma 0 and the center is at 8 comma 0 of this circle and this point, end point will become 13 comma 0. So y becomes y either becomes 3 or y either becomes minus 3 because this point is 3 comma 0, so the line is parallel to y axis, so x will be equals to 0 and y must be equals to either 3 or minus 3. So I hope this one is clear. This is the tangent which is common to both the circle. It is a transverse tangent. Now let's solve a question on pair of tangents. Find pair of tangents from 1 comma 1 to x square plus y square equals to 4. Acha, this is the question. Find pair of tangents from this point to this circle. So this circle center is at 0 comma 0 and its radius is 2. So draw this circle. This is the circle. This is the center 0 comma 0 and this is the radius, that is 2. So now tangent is drawn from the point 1 comma 1 and we have to find the equation of pair of tangents. We know when a line passes from a particular point, its equation can be written as y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1. So it becomes y minus 1 equals to mx minus 1 because it passes from 1 comma 1. So let's solve this. This is our equation of the tangent and we know tangent passes from the circle at one point. So it must satisfy the circle's equation. So this equation must satisfy the circle's equation. So let's put this equation in the circle's equation. So it becomes y equals to mx minus 1 plus 1. This becomes mx minus m plus 1. So let's put the value of y here. X square plus y square equals to 4. So x square plus mx minus m. So if we take common here, it becomes x minus 1 plus 1. So let's put that here. Mx minus 1 plus 1 square equals to 4. So this becomes x square plus m square x minus 1 square plus 2m x minus 1 plus 1 equals to 4. So the equation is this. So let's solve this equation further. Sorry for the disturbance. So let's solve the equation further. The equation was x square plus m square x minus 1 square plus 2m x minus 1 plus 1 equals to 4. So after solving this, it becomes x square 1 plus m square plus x 2m minus 2m square plus 2m plus m square minus 2m minus 3 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation and we know in quadratic equation for the condition of tangency, because it is tangent, for the condition of tangency there must be equal roots, and for equal roots the discriminant is equals to 0. So discriminant value is b square minus 4ac. So from here we write 2m square plus 2m square minus 4, a is 1 plus m square and c is m square minus 2m minus 3 is equals to 0. So So after solving this, we will get something like 12m square plus 8m plus 12 equals to 0. And from here m will be an imaginary value. M will be an imaginary value. So no real. So if the value of m is imaginary, so there will be no real solution, means no real circle exists. No real circle exists. I hope this is clear.